Ever wondered how far the thrill of urban exploration can take you before you cross the line into illegal territory? Urban exploration, or urbex as some might call it, is rapidly growing in popularity. It's the allure of the unknown, the thrill of discovering hidden secrets within cityscapes and landscapes that draws many of us in. The thrill intensifies when we tiptoe around the blurry edges of legality, skirting the line between adventure and trespassing. Is it the adrenaline rush that compels us to push just a bit further, to explore just a bit deeper? Or perhaps it's the mystery, the sense of unveiling stories that time forgot. Regardless of what draws you to it, it's essential to understand the legal boundaries that surround this intriguing pastime. Today we're going to delve into the intersection of adventure and law, specifically focusing on trespassing laws in relation to urban exploration. So let's dive in and unravel this intriguing intersection of adventure and law. Trespassing laws, in essence, prohibit unauthorized entry into another person's property. But it's not that simple, is it? Now let's delve into the nitty-gritty of these laws. Traditionally, trespassing is defined as entering or remaining on a property where one does not have permission or the right to be. But this definition can get a bit muddled depending on a few factors. Let's break them down, shall we? Firstly, location. Trespassing laws can vary drastically from one jurisdiction to another. In some places, you might get away with a slap on the wrist, whereas in others, you could face serious consequences. So before you venture out, it's essential to know the local laws of the area. Next up, we have intent. Did you wander onto a property by accident, or did you intentionally ignore that no trespassing sign? Most jurisdictions regard intent as a crucial factor when determining if a trespassing offense has occurred. If it can be proven that you didn't mean to trespass, you might be off the hook. However, ignorance of the law is not always a valid defense. And finally, the nature of the property plays a big role. Is it a private residence, a business, or a government facility? The severity of the consequences can ramp up based on the sensitivity of the location. For instance, trespassing onto a military base is considered far more severe than wandering into an abandoned warehouse. Let's consider a common scenario. Say you're an urban explorer and you found an abandoned factory in the outskirts of town. You decide to explore it, ignoring the faded "no trespassing" sign out front. You're caught and charged with trespassing. Your intent was clear. You intentionally entered the property. The property type isn't highly sensitive, but the location's local laws could dictate the severity of your punishment. Now that we have a basic understanding of what trespassing is, let's examine some real-life cases. Our first case takes us to the infamous haunted hospital in New York City, a favorite among urban explorers. A group of thrill-seekers, armed with flashlights and a thirst for the unknown, decided to delve into the corridors of this long-abandoned institution. The hospital, once a beacon of hope and healing, now stands as a silent monument to stories untold. But as our intrepid explorers would soon learn, every adventure has its price. Even as they walked through the decrepit hallways, the echo of their footsteps serving as a grim reminder of the life it once held, they were unaware of the legal storm that was brewing. The explorers were charged with trespassing, a serious offense that carries hefty penalties, including fines and potential jail time. Their exploration was deemed unlawful, a violation of the property rights of the entity that still held claim to the crumbling edifice. While the building may have been abandoned, the law still regarded it as private property. The explorers, in their pursuit of the unknown, had unknowingly crossed a line. They faced the harsh reality of the legal system, a far cry from the spectral tales and urban legends that had drawn them to the hospital in the first place. The court proceedings were lengthy and arduous, a stark contrast to the fleeting thrill of their nocturnal adventure. The law was unambiguous. They had trespassed, and now they had to face the consequences. Despite their argument that they had meant no harm, the law made no exceptions. Their actions were deemed a violation of the rights of the property owner, leading to a significant fine and a stern warning. This case serves as a cautionary tale for urban explorers. The thrill of venturing into the unknown, of uncovering secrets hidden in plain sight, can be intoxicating. But it's crucial to remember that the law still applies even in the most haunted of hallways. A chilling adventure that ended with a cold touch of the law let's see how things unfolded in another part of the world. Our next stop is Paris, home to the renowned ghost subway stations, long forgotten by time. In the heart of the city, beneath the bustling streets and iconic monuments, there exists a world unseen. These abandoned subway stations, remnants of an era past, have become a magnet for urban explorers, despite their forbidden status. Take, for instance, the case of a group of explorers who, back in 2019, dared to venture into the depths of these hidden stations. They were drawn by the allure of history and the thrill of the unknown. However, their adventure took a turn for the unexpected when they were apprehended and subsequently prosecuted. But what led to this outcome? What were the legal implications? You see, French trespassing laws differ significantly from those in the United States. In France, trespassing can carry a penalty of up to 1 year in prison, along with a hefty fine of 15,000 euros. This is notably more severe than the typical penalties faced by trespassers in the US, which generally only involve minor fines or community service. In this case, the explorers were charged with unauthorized entry into a historical monument. The court ruled that their actions, while driven by curiosity and a love for history, were nonetheless illegal. They were ordered to pay a fine and to abstain from any further explorations of the Parisian underground. This story serves as a stark reminder of the potential legal repercussions of urban exploration. It highlights the importance of understanding the laws of the land before embarking on such ventures. It's not just about the thrill of discovery, but also about respecting the rules and regulations that protect these historical sites. A fascinating case indeed, showing us how laws can vary across borders. But what does all this mean for the average urban explorer? We've journeyed through haunted hospitals and forbidden subways, all the while dancing with the law. But what's the takeaway from all this? It's a question that deserves a thoughtful answer. And that's exactly what we're about to delve into. Throughout our journey, we've grappled with the gray areas of trespassing laws and how they intersect with our burning curiosity for urban exploration. The thrill of discovery, the allure of the unknown, the tantalizing mystery of what lies forgotten and concealed in our cities. It's a siren call hard to resist. Yet, as we've seen, it's not a pursuit without its risks. One of the key points we've touched on is the importance of understanding local trespassing laws before setting off on any urban exploration mission. These laws vary widely from place to place, and what might be a harmless adventure in one location could land you in hot water in another. Knowledge, in this case, is not just power, but protection. And let's not forget, these laws exist for a reason. They're there to protect private property, of course, but they also serve to safeguard explorers from potential harm. Abandoned buildings and structures can be dangerous with unseen hazards lurking in the shadows. Risks can range from unstable structures to hazardous materials and even to unseen residents who may not take kindly to unexpected visitors. We also need to consider the potential legal consequences. Trespassing can result in hefty fines, community service, or even jail time. And while the penalties might vary, the fact remains that breaking the law carries consequences. As urban explorers, we need to weigh the thrill of discovery against the potential legal repercussions. Finally, let's touch on the importance of respect. Respect for the law, certainly, but also respect for the places we explore and the histories they hold. These forgotten corners of our cities are more than just intriguing oddities. They're fragments of our shared past, silent witnesses to times gone by. When we venture into these spaces, we should do so with a sense of reverence, treating them as the historical treasures they are. In conclusion, urban exploration is a fascinating pursuit, filled with the promise of discovery and an intimate connection with our urban history. But it's a pursuit that must be approached with caution, respect, and a thorough understanding of the law. In the end, the thrill of urban exploration isn't worth the potential legal repercussions. Stay informed, stay respectful, and most importantly, stay legal. Until next time, happy exploring.